We enter week 2 of our Pigskin Preview. This week's Iowa school is the Albia Blue Demons, who might have one of the more drastic schedule changes coming into the season. However, they could use the shakeup after back-to-back 4-4 regular seasons. Though the schedule and their roster has changed, their expectations going into the season haven't. Let's take a look at what the future has in store for them in today's Pigskin Preview. Over the last 2 seasons, the Albia Blue Demons football team has been the definition of middle of the pack, having an identical win-loss record of 4-4 each year. Last season, they had their chance at a winning record, but dropped the last 2 games against tough opponents. Now looking at the schedule they have this year, the opportunity to finally get over the hump has them feeling
pretty excited. You know, first off, we got the district, and it was a district we haven't played with some of those teams in a while, and it was exciting to get some of them back on the schedule, and then getting a non-district schedule that really, put some more rivalries in there as well, and we were excited about it. So we're looking forward to the challenges fall.
8 challenges to be exact, beginning with the Sheraton Chargers, who handed the Blue Demons their first loss last season. Despite interesting names rarely ever seen on their regular season schedule, there was one game in particular that stuck out to Coach Huber.
Centerville, you know, normally we play them as a non-district first game of the year, and having them back in the district, that's a huge game. You know, the Battle of the Highway 5 trophy is always huge.
With Centerville back in the district, the Battle of Highway 5 won't just be for bragging rights. This year, it could decide one team's season. And for the Blue Demons, it happens right in the middle of the toughest part of their year.
You know, them last 3 games in our schedule, I'd say that's kind of a rough stretch right at the very end, just because those are big quality teams, and they're kind of some rivalries as well. And, you know, Battle Highway 5 and then Pella Christian is normally very well coached, very good team right at the end of the season before the playoffs. So I think, you know, the last 3 games are probably your roughest stretch of the year, mentally and physically on your kids.
Though the end of the season will bring a notably difficult challenge, the way they must prepare for it happens in the preseason, coming in day 1 with the end goal in mind. The Blue Demons already have a plan to go about that.
You know, I think a lot of the stuff we did last year prepared us for our district last year, and I think we're going to do a lot of the same this year. Big deal is getting them into the weight room, making sure they're there. With our summer workouts, just getting the kids in shape and being ready to go when we get into the regular season camp, you know, that's huge. And our kids have done a great job with that. And, you know, the use of huddle now has been huge for our kids to get in there and see stuff and know the playbook before the season even starts.
The chase for more than 4 begins at home on August 29th. We'll see if the Blue Demons will remain excited throughout the whole season. Reporting in Albia, I'm AJ Johnson.